Walmart makes its money on one simple thing: hoping you don't pay too close attention. The store is carefully designed down to the very last shelf and sign to get you to spend a little more than you meant to grab the name brand instead of the cheaper one, to toss a few extra things in the cart without thinking. But here's the wonderful part. Once you learn how the game is actually played, you can quietly turn it right around in your favor, and you can walk out of that store week after week, paying far less than the shopper standing next to you for the very same things. These aren't gimmicks or coupons that expire. And there's certainly nothing dishonest. They're simply the smart, savvy habits that the most experienced shoppers, the ones who've been doing this for 50 years, use without even thinking about it anymore. And for a senior on a fixed income, knowing these tricks can add up to real money saved over a single month, let alone a whole year. So today I'm going to walk you through 14 of them, the things that quietly chip away at that grocery bill every single time you shop. We'll work our way up to the biggest one of all, the single trick that saves the average shopper the most money, and it's the one most people never quite bring themselves to do. Stay with me to the end for that one. Let's go. Number 14. Always read the unit price, not just the sticker price. This is the first and most powerful habit, and once you start doing it, you'll never stop. On the shelf tag, in small print, there's usually a little number telling you the price per ounce, per pound, or per item. And that, not the big sticker price, is how you actually compare two products honestly. The bigger package isn't always the better deal, and the brand on sale isn't always cheaper than the everyday store brand once you do the real math. Stores count on you grabbing what looks cheapest at a glance. Take 3 extra seconds to find that unit price, compare it across the sizes and brands, and you'll be genuinely shocked how often the deal isn't one at all. Number 13. Buy the store brands. Walmart's own great value groceries and equate health and beauty products typically cost a good deal less than the national name brands sitting right beside them, and here's the part the companies don't advertise. Store brand products are very often made in the very same factories to very similar standards as the name brands. You're frequently paying extra simply for the fancier label and the advertising budget behind it. From canned goods to medicine to cleaning supplies, swapping to the store brand on the things you buy regularly can cut your bill significantly without changing a single thing about your life. Try it on a few items, see for yourself, and let your own taste and judgment be the guide rather than the marketing. Number 12. Learn to spot the hidden clearance. Walmart marks items down constantly, but it doesn't always put them on a big flashy display, and a lot of those markdowns hide in plain sight. Keep an eye out for the clearance sections, often tucked away at the back of a department or the ends of the aisles, and learn to spot the markdown tags. There's even a long-running shopper's tip that certain odd price endings on a tag can signal an item that's been reduced or is about to be. You don't have to memorize any of that. Just train your eye to slow down and notice the tags that look different from the rest. Some of the best deals in the entire store are the ones that aren't being advertised at all. Number 11. Shop the markdowns on fresh food. The bakery, the deli, and the meat department all mark down items as they approach their sell-by dates. And if you know roughly when your store does it, you can catch perfectly good food at a steep discount. Bread and baked goods often get marked down in the evenings or early mornings. Meat nearing its date gets a bright discount sticker slapped on it. None of this food is bad. It simply needs to be used or frozen soon, and that's no problem at all if you're planning to cook it or tuck it in the freezer anyway. Ask an employee when their department typically does markdowns. Time your visits a little, and you'll eat better for less. Number 10. Use the Walmart app to your advantage. You don't have to be a technology whiz to let the app save you money. It lets you check prices, compare sizes, and spot the rollback sale prices before you even leave the house so you can plan and avoid surprises at the register. Many shoppers use it right there in the store to double-check a price or compare two products on the spot. If the app and the smartphone feel like a lot, ask a grandchild or a friend to help you set it up once, and then it's simply there, quietly working for you. A few minutes with it can save you real money and a wasted trip. Number 9. Skip the pre-cut and pre-packaged convenience. Here's where stores quietly charge you a small fortune for work you can easily do yourself in 2 minutes at home. Pre-cut fruit, bagged salad mixes, shredded cheese, individually portioned snacks. All of it costs dramatically more per pound than buying the whole thing and cutting it yourself. A block of cheese is far cheaper than the shredded bag, a head of lettuce far cheaper than the pre-washed tub, a whole melon far cheaper than the little cup of cubes. The convenience is real, but so is the markup, and it adds up faster than almost anything. Buy whole, do a little simple prep at home, and keep that money in your own pocket. Number 8. Look now. Look high and look low. This is a sneaky one that most people never notice. Stores deliberately place the most profitable, most expensive products right at eye level, where your hand naturally reaches, while the cheaper options and the bigger value sizes often sit up on the top shelf or down near the floor. So before you grab the first thing you see, take a moment to look up and look down. The store brand or the better value size is very often sitting just above or below the one they hoped you'd grab without thinking. A little glance in both directions every time quietly saves you money all over the store. If these are the kind of practical money in your pocket tips you came here for, a quick like genuinely helps this channel reach other seniors who are trying to stretch every dollar a little further. It's completely up to you, but it does make a real difference for a small channel. Now let's get into the top 7, because these are the ones that save you the most over a whole year. Number 7, buy out of season and clear out the seasonal aisles. Some of the very best bargains in the entire store happen the moment a season or a holiday ends. The day after a holiday, the seasonal items get marked down deeply to clear the shelves for whatever comes next, and that's when patient shoppers swoop in. Winter gear goes cheap at the end of winter, summer items at the end of summer, holiday goods the day after the holiday. If it's something you'll use again next year and it stores well, buying it on deep clearance now and tucking it away saves you the full price later. A little patience and a little storage space turns into real savings year after year. Number 6. Grab the manager's special meat and freeze it. We touched on the meat markdowns, but this one deserves its own spot because it's such a powerful saver. When meat approaches its sell-by date, it gets marked down sharply, often to a fraction of the original price, and there's nothing at all wrong with it. The simple secret is to buy it and freeze it the same day. The discounted package of chicken, beef, or pork goes straight into the freezer, where it keeps for months, and you've locked in protein, the thing older bodies need most, at a deeply discounted price. Make a habit of checking that markdown section every visit, and your freezer becomes a quiet little bank of cheap good meals. Number 5. Talk to the pharmacist about generics. Here's one that can save a senior an enormous amount, and it costs nothing but a simple conversation. Brand name medications, both prescription and over-the-counter, are very often far more expensive than the generic version that contains the exact same active ingredient and works exactly the same way. The store brand Equate pain reliever or cold medicine is typically a fraction of the price of the famous name beside it. And for your prescriptions, ask your pharmacist directly whether there's a lower cost generic and whether the store has any low-cost generic programs. Pharmacists know these answers and are usually glad to help. That one conversation can quietly cut your medication costs in a way that adds up month after month. Number 4, know the price match and refund policies. Stores have policies designed to keep your business, but they only help you if you actually know about them, and most shoppers don't. Walmart's policies on things like price adjustments, returns, and matching its own online prices do change from time to time, so the smart move is simply to ask customer service what the current policy is, rather than assuming. If you bought something and it went on sale shortly after, or you find the online price is lower than the shelf price, it's worth a polite question at the desk. You won't always get a yes, but you'll get one often enough that asking becomes well worth your while. Knowing your rights as a shopper is money in your pocket. Number 3, use pickup to kill impulse buying. Here's a trick that fights the single biggest budget buster of all, the impulse purchase. Free grocery pickup. Lets you build your order from home, see your running total as you go, and stick to exactly what you planned, with none of the tempting end cap displays and none of the, well since I'm here, extras quietly filling the cart. You drive up, they load it, and you're done, having bought only what you actually came for. For a lot of seniors, it's easier on the body too. No walking the whole store, no heavy lifting. If impulse spending has been your weak spot, and it's most people's, this one trick alone can save you a remarkable amount every single month. Number 2, buy your staples in bulk and compare. For the things you use constantly and that store well, rice, beans, pasta, canned goods, paper products, buying the larger size almost always brings the cost per unit down, sometimes dramatically. Just remember to check that unit price to be sure, because now and then the bulk size isn't actually cheaper. And stores count on you assuming it always is. It's also worth comparing Walmart's bulk prices against a warehouse club if you have access to one, since the best deal moves around. Stock up on the non-perishables when the per unit price is genuinely good, store them properly, and you've beaten the next price increase before it even arrives. And number 1, the trick they'd least like you to fully embrace, stop paying for the name. This is the big one, the habit that quietly saves the average shopper the most money of all. and yet it's the one most people never quite commit to, because brand loyalty runs deep and the advertising is powerful. But here's the plain truth we touched on earlier, now writ large across your entire cart. A huge share of what you pay for many name brand products isn't the product at all. It's the marketing, the fancy packaging, and the famous name. The store brand sitting right beside it is frequently made by the same kind of manufacturers to similar standards for a fraction of the price. So go through the things you buy week after week and one by one try the store brand. Keep the ones you genuinely can't tell apart, which will be most of them, and switch back only on the rare item where the difference truly matters to you. Do that across your whole list, and you don't just save a little, you reshape your entire grocery bill permanently. It's the single most powerful money habit a shopper can build. And now it's yours. Now, let me share the mindset that quietly makes all 14 of these tricks work together. Because the single most powerful tool you have isn't any one tip, it's simply paying attention. Stores succeed by counting on the shopper to move fast, to grab without comparing, to wander the aisles and let the displays do the deciding. The moment you slow down just a little and shop with intention, the whole game tilts in your favor. So before you ever leave the house, make a list of what you actually need and do your best to stick to it, because a list is the simplest defense there is against the impulse buys that wreck a budget. Try never to shop on an empty stomach, because hungry eyes fill a cart with things hands never meant to buy. Keep a rough idea in your head of what your staples normally cost, so you can actually recognize a real deal from a fake one when you see it. And glance at your receipt before you walk out, because scanning errors happen more often than you'd think, and catching one is money straight back in your pocket. A few more quick habits round out the picture and cost you nothing. If your store has a free loyalty or rewards program, sign up, because those savings and digital coupons add up over a year without any effort on your part. Pay attention to which day and time your store is least crowded, usually early on a weekday, so you can shop calmly and think clearly instead of rushing through a packed store. And don't be shy about asking the employees questions, when the markdowns happen, where the clearance hides, whether a better deal is coming. Because the people who work there know things the signs don't tell you, and most are happy to help a friendly shopper who simply asks. None of this is complicated. It's just the quiet, patient attention that turns an ordinary shopper into a smart one. And remember this above everything else. Every single one of these tricks is about keeping more of your own money you worked your whole life to earn, right in your own pocket where it belongs. There is no shame whatsoever in being a careful, deliberate shopper, in comparing the prices, in reaching for the store brand, in waiting patiently for the markdown to come. That isn't being cheap, that's being wise, and it's exactly how the most respected, most comfortable, most secure people you have ever known quietly manage their money for decades on end. The folks who struggle in the end usually aren't the ones who pinch their pennies. They're the ones who were never taught how. So wear your shopping smarts as a quiet badge of pride, pass them down to your children and grandchildren the way real wisdom has always been passed down, and let yourself enjoy that small, deep satisfaction of walking out of that store knowing for certain that you got the very best of the deal and they didn't get the better of you. So there are your 14. Read the unit price, buy the store brands, spot the hidden clearance, catch the fresh food markdowns, use the app, skip the pre-cut convenience, look high and low, shop out of season, freeze the markdown meat, ask the pharmacist about generics, know the store policies, use pickup to beat impulse buys, buy staples in bulk, and above all, stop paying for the name. You don't have to master every one of them tomorrow. Pick 2 or 3 that fit how you already shop, make them second nature, and add more over time. Bit by bit, trip by trip, you'll watch that total at the register come down, and you'll wonder why you ever shopped any other way. The store is built to hope you don't notice. Now you notice everything. So tell me down in the comments, which of these tricks did you already know? And which one are you going to start using on your very next trip? Share your own best money-saving tip too, because someone watching needs to hear exactly what you've learned. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.